Oh dear. It's going to be fine. My entire PC crashed, by the way, and restarted after that for some reason. You didn't need to show this. Get up. Yeah. But it's also showing up showing this? It didn't used to. Oh wait. Wait, no. No. What? Then why? Huh? Okay. It's still showing this, but it didn't used to show this before. The thing over here from Discord. Why is it showing now? It didn't used to before. That sucks. It just decided now that I want to show that on OBS. Why? That sucks. Well, anyway, so whatever, it's just meh, whatever. Stirring up trouble. But that is going to bother me. Okay, I swear Discord is just the worst. It's just the worst, generally. Anytime I try to open Discord on no matter what, it always lags when I open it. Then it stabilizes, it's fine. But it always lags. Wait, what if I do this? Hmm? Oh no, it's there for some reason. Meh. Meh. Oh, it's not there anymore. Is it only because I switched to full screen window? I mean, borderless window. How did I mixed the both? Anyway, that seems fine. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. Why do I keep clicking on Discord? I already know what's gonna happen. It's going to lag. Da, da, ba, 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 ba. Let me begin by first explaining the origins of this tablet. I initially believed it might detail the history of the Church of the Light, of the First Light. Much to my surprise, it dates back to the end of the Rodkan Empire, and was likely written under the direction of the reigning ruler. It was It was a time of strife and unceasing war with neighboring nations. With each passing day, they yielded more and more territory to their enemies. In their desperation, petitions for aid were sent out to their allies. This was one such petition. And you think this ancient petition will somehow help us get to Maya? Ixmaya? Indeed, we do. For etched into this tablet is a method by which one may prove themselves an ally of the Ronkan Empire. Provided we are able to decipher said instructions, we may entreat their ruinous protectors to grant us safe passage. The problem, however, is I presently lack the resources to decipher them in their entirety. We have but one recourse. There exists a stone monument inscribed with ancient Ronkan texts and translations into a more modern dialect, which came into use after the fall of the Empire. I am confident it will suit our purposes. Where can we find this monument? Here in Scythia, quite close to Thliderbal, in fact. The good news ends there, however, for it is in the possession of a rather radical faction of dark worshippers, the children of the everlasting darkness, Q and some. If I am to study the monument, I must infiltrate their encampment. I have no intention of taking longer than absolutely necessary, but I will nevertheless require time to transcribe the text I need. To ensure that I will have enough, I am afraid I must ask you and Thancred to assist me. And before you even ask, the answer is no. If we're to remain unseen, our group must be as small as possible. Alright, I'll stay here until you return. We won't be long. If anything should happen, you keep her safe. And let us convene outside, to the west of Thliderbal, where the path diverges. Ta-da! Even more side quests, Jesus. Were there this many before? This is why I like doing them the moment they show up, because then it becomes daunting. It becomes really daunting. Have I not left the sanctuary at all? I guess I haven't. Wait. I can't put any determination on this, so let me put it here. Anyway. The encampment we seek is to the north, but it would be foolish to simply rush in. A guard has been posted at Cleric to keep watch over the children. Perhaps he has ought to share of their recent activity. But we must tread carefully. There is a chance we may encounter them along the way. Stay close and stay alert. I will avoid a confrontation if possible. They rejoice in dealing death to others, claiming that in doing so they cleanse their victims of sin. and nurture them onto the sunless sea. I would rather not soil my hands defending myself against such madmen. You know, to make that job go faster, they could just kill themselves. Am I crazy for thinking that? Maybe. Probably. Ooh, that's the northeast one from before. I said before that it was going where the story was leading me, but I thought it was near the Aetheryte. But little did I know, the main story did lead me here. East, okay. Wait, hold on. By the blessed dark. Thank goodness you are unharmed. We would have arrived sooner, but we too had a rather unwelcome visit from the children. You're an acquaintance of Master Matoya then? My apologies. The children have been acting strange of late, so I thought to take a closer look. I was careless. Strange. What have you seen? At first, there seemed to be nothing out of the ordinary, the usual gathering of ingredients for poison from flora and fauna. But then I took notice of their venomous spiders. They've been breeding them in much greater numbers, as if they're preparing for something. Any ideas as to what? It could be anything, really. If it meant the end of the blast, nothing would be too cruel or violent for them. But perhaps we can use their present preoccupation with spiders to our advantage. If we were to introduce a threat to the nest where they keep them, the children would be compelled to save them. Bees, for example, are a natural predator of spiders. Are they? Really? I actually didn't know that. Set them loose on the nests and we would have our opportunity to sneak into their encampment. What a mischievous plan. I like it. With a bit of smoke, we should be able to subdue a few colonies long enough to secure their hives. Have you anything we might be able to use? We should have smoke bombs at the outpost over there. And it settles. Grab a few smoke bombs from the outpost and search about for beehives. I imagine the bees won't take too kindly to your visits, but once they're knocked out, take the beehives and bring them back here. 2 will suffice, I should think. Oh, we could have just gone this one, the other way. It's always the other way. And when I do go the right way, I think it's the other way, making me go the wrong way. I remember being scared of the swarms. The level 15 swarms in Drybone. Just reminding me of that. I brought all these namas into the first. This is not good. It's probably not good at all. Whirlweb sack. That is not a flamingo. Okay, you didn't have to. You didn't have to get so offended on your friend's behalf. Sorry. Were you able to find any? 2. The guard returned to Sliderbow, but not before offering his thanks. As for the beehives, Tancred and I were successful in acquiring what we need. How did you fare? For God's sake, don't let them out. Bee is not the bees. It's more than enough. The children are certainly displeased. Let us hurry before the bees begin to stir. The children's settlement is to the west, a place they call Woven Oak. According to the guard, there is an airway apart from the entrance which leads to the spider's nest. Nests. If the fates are kind, the way will be clear. Power mount. The heck is that? That looks... Okay, no. Never mind. Just flame. But from far away it looked like technological, you know? Like a neon. And at first I thought, is that a player on a mount? Maybe? But no. It's just part of the environment. Should move quickly before any of the children arrive. Yeah. La-hee? La-hee. Up there is the airway. Do you see it? A bit far perhaps, but we should be able to toss the bag through. Though we should probably loosen the ropes, keeping it close, enough that it falls open when it lands inside. May I do the honors? That should do it. Now we wait. What is that? Bees! By the abyss, they're everywhere! Help! Someone help! We have to save the spiders! Sounds like our plan is working. Still, it is quite likely not all were drawn away from their posts. If you should come to blows with the children, I'll see to it any signs of struggle are concealed. Failing that, I'll create a distraction to buy Stoll one more time. Does anyone get past me, it falls to you to guard her. Your concern is appreciated, but I sincerely doubt it will come to that. Why do I get the feeling you enjoy the idea of my loafing about bored in the shadows? Come now, Thancred, the shadows are a fitting place for a warrior of darkness. Now if you both are ready. Oh wait, I could have entered through here before? Oh, probably not. Probably couldn't. Wait, no. It's probably closed off before. Wait, no? Oh, over there. It's outside of the map too, that's cool. The only other time they did that in the game is over here. This part, that's outside of the map. I like it when they do that. I do. The Doomsayer of the Everlasting Dark. Ooh. So edgy. Okay, I'm gonna do something that I haven't had the opportunity to do in a long while, and I'm very happy to do it again. I thought... Okay. Oh my god. I hate this mechanic. I'm outside your range, shut up. Puppy. Oh my god, what the hell? An enemy that doesn't attack you on sight. I haven't seen one of these since the Realm Reborn. Jesus Christ, they're so rare. I thought they wouldn't show up ever again. Outside of sprites, like fire sprites and such. Oh my god, they still exist. I thought they were extinct. Anyway, this is the thing that I haven't done since probably Realm Reborn. Just go with Minor and just stroll about with no care at all. Copycats. But actually, these enemies that don't attack you on sight actually come in handy, actually. They will actually come in handy. Or not, never mind. It's actually not needed at all. I was going to change back to Paladin near them and then heal myself, but apparently that's not needed. Also, my cat wants attention. I'll be right back. And I'm back. Sorry for taking so long. I even put the be right back screen because it was going to take a long time. And there was no music for the whole thing, was there? That sucks. Anyway, my back hurts a lot. I don't know why my back hurts so much. I might have to go get some painkillers if it continues like this. Thankfully, for... Oh, no, there was music. Anyway, unfortunately, or actually no, fortunately, for bad reasons, I have a sort of high pain tolerance, but this is not good. It actually hurts to move my arms even a little bit. The font of seeing suggests this is a chamber of prayer. At the very least, they would not place this near potential distractions from their worship. Perhaps the monument is further in. Ooh. Cool. Yes, this is it. I will be but a moment. Keep watch of the entryway. On second thought, would you mind examining the murals on these walls while I look over this? At a glance, I can tell they are old, predating the founding of the Blessed, the children, in fact. Kinda surprising that the children haven't destroyed it or something. We'd not like to come here a second time. It would behoove us to learn all that we can. Oh, it starts from that side. Examine the murals. Okay. I got it. Roncon mural. Being lined up or something? Mural appears to be very old. The ruler sits atop a throne, attended by their subjects. Okay. Darkness. The mural appears to be very old. A knight shields himself and their comrades from an encroaching darkness. The central figure is considerably faded. Before the whole light thing came, the darkness would be the prevailing thing. Would be the thing that people were most against, of course. Probably. The mural appears to be ancient. A warrior in the middle stands triumphant over what appears to be a creature of shadow. Other figures surround the warrior rejoicing in their victory.
These paintings, they seem familiar. Depictions of heroes throughout history. The Age of Gods, the Empire of Ronka, and this.
Oh wait, that group there for the darkness one.
There was a man, a researcher who pored over these pieces.
Okay,
He offered us work when we needed it. Slaying beasts, delivering provisions. A funny old bugger he was. But he had a good heart.
I'm thinking maybe the archer here and the black mage here. Could one of these be maybe this one? Cause we with the axe? Yeah, the Lalafell. Or dwarf, rather, that was the conjurer. Yeah, it's them. The warriors of darkness.
He believed this first painting dated back to a time of myth and legends. A tribute to the heroes of a long-forgotten era. The story went that it was rediscovered by an explorer from Ronka, who was so struck by its majesty that a second painting was commissioned, commemorating the heroes of their day. One day you will all be here too, he said. Heroes immortalized forever. Maybe I'll paint you myself. I had a good laugh at that. We were only trying to make our way after all. Being heroes couldn't have been further from our minds. But it seems he actually went and did it. Before or after the flood, I wonder. Rather faded, isn't it, compared to the others? Or did someone try to scrape it off the wall? Well, maybe the man himself once he came to his senses. Do you suppose your deeds will warrant an addition to this collection? Or some other kind of monument?
There you are. I have everything I need. Let us quit this place. Is something the matter? We should go. The others are waiting.
La-hee? I believe I now have everything needed to finish deciphering the tablet. Tell me, Joriana, did the murals appear to be of any significance? Depiction of heroes, from the Age of Gods, the Rocan Empire, and immediately before the Flood. Very astute observations. Perhaps in another lifetime you could be a curator of antiquities. Though it has no bearing on the task at hand, perhaps that knowledge may prove to be of use in the future. Unwanted proposal. Let us hurry to Slitherbow. The others are waiting. After we return, the two of you should rest a while. No doubt Runar will be eager to have you sample his cooking. As soon as I discover anything of import, you will be the first to know. Jesus, there's so many side quests that I can't even click on the Aetheryte. Oh, another blue one? There it is, there is one with an image. I'll do that later. I don't have much time. Joriana, the guard tells me you left with Master Matoya to move an oath. And no sooner do you return than she locks herself away in her chambers without so much as a word. She knows how I worry when she leaves without telling me. But she is safe, and that is all that matters. You must be hungry after such a journey. I don't have a seat there by the fire. The stew will soon be ready. How do people deal with so many side quests here? This bothers me so much. It's not even funny how much this bothers me. I should have talked to Minfilia and Tanqueras. Oh well.
Strange. The others on patrol should have returned by now. Our food will be overcooked if we wait any longer. We will just have to start without them. Would you call Master Matoya and the others?
Oh dear.
I tire of these games, Urianger. Why do you pretend you cannot see it? The blessing may spare her the fate of becoming a Light Warden. But you cannot be blind to the nascent corruption. She is not as she was in the source. Though I have no proof, I fear that the light which poured forth from the Wardens was not negated at all. I fear it was absorbed, that she has been suffused with their light.
Though I have given thought to this possibility, I dare not speak until more is known.
By the time you deign to enlighten us, it may be too late, if it is not already. Urianger, I know full well, after all these years, that you have only the best of intentions. But that does not make it any easier to put my faith in a man so infatuated with secrecy. I have had my suspicions ever since the Exarch bade you speak that day. But now I must ask. The 8th Umbral Calamity and all that followed. Everything you claim to have seen. Did you?
What?
Help! Someone help! The Ilmorans are come for us! We're under attack!
But it's implying that the whole thing with the 8th Umbral Calamity was a lie. Meanwhile, no more. We just finished the patch. We're moving on to the next. Oh, right. I forgot that this was going to happen. Ta-da!
Lord Forthry, how good it is to see you. How long has it been? Not since your inauguration, unless I'm mistaken. Too long, at any rate. May I say, how humbled I am to be invited not only into your city, but your home. You are as generous as ever.
And you as disingenuous. Let us dispense with the pleasantries. This merry band of dissidents people are calling warriors of darkness. They have slain sin-eaters, and by all accounts the Crystarium is complicit in their villainy. And now I hear reports of your people obstructing my soldiers, so I must ask, what exactly do you think you are doing?
I might ask you the same thing. It should be clear, even to you, that defeating the Light Wardens represents the world's only hope of survival. Even now, the people of Lakeland and Ilmeg rejoice in the return of night. For 100 years, they yearned for a means to fight back against the Sin-Eaters, and at last they have found one. Yet you choose to stand idly by and do nothing. Why?
Why? Because this hope you cling to is nothing more than a fever dream, an exercise in futility. Even should you slay the Sin-Eaters, the world as we know it is beyond salvation. With what little land and resources remain, the people would be free only to starve. Before long, they would turn to violence, then to war, and ultimately usher themselves unto oblivion. They require a firm hand to shepherd them from the edge. The hand of a king, nay, a god. I will see their dreams fulfilled, their wishes granted. I will give them peace, order, and they shall never want for bliss. Men are fickle creatures who entertain vague ideals without the faintest notion what they cost. But a little fear can go a long way towards helping them realize what it is they truly need. Sanctuary. And they shall find none in this world save that which I afford them. That is why the Sin Eaters exist. To unite the world under my dominion.
A paradise fit to grace the 8th Umbral era.
What was that?
A minor epiphany, nothing more. You have always held sway over those around you. Those who defy you must submit or die. What sits before me is the inevitable result of bloated privilege and unchecked power. But man is more resilient than you think. His achievements are not the product of violence and bloodshed, but compassion and understanding. This calamity is but another crisis to be overcome, and we will, once we eliminate the Sin Eaters.
You poor deluded fool. These people care not for the morrow. They care only for the now, and the contentment they lack. What good is a paradise to them if it is 1,000 years in the making, or even 100?
You underestimate them, Lord Forthry. They see further than you think. I have beheld it in the blood and sweat and tears of those who would sacrifice everything for a future they may never know, that their children may never know. I have beheld it in the hopes and dreams of those who came before, which we bequeath to those who come after, that they might in turn build upon the foundations laid by our forebears.
Give to those who come before, to lead those who walk after. Sorry, just a minor little epiphany I had there as well, like the Exarch had.
These are the bonds which hold man and his world together, not your gilded chains. And I will resist your every effort to shackle him.
In summary, you will continue to support the villains hunting my Sin Eaters?
Yeah?
With tremendous enthusiasm, for I have faith in the future they would build.
With tremendous enthusiasm, I love that.
Why do I even bother? Fools, the lot of you! So naive! So painfully predictable! Did you imagine I did not know your mind? That I would wait until after this meeting to dispatch my forces? Even as we speak, they march to the Sin Eaters' defense. Insurrection will not be tolerated! The people of this world are mine to rule, mine to command. And you are no exception! What? How did he... Insolent swine! I will not stand for this! Do you hear me?
He says so himself. He would be very surprised and shocked if it wasn't a trap.
You speak for the Knights Blessed?
I do. I presume that is your doing.
He's alive.
If you have come to parley, I must insist that you first return him to us.
You're in no position to make demands.
By Lord Vorthry's decree, Raktika now falls under the governance of Yulmore. You will henceforth answer to us.
Is that so? And the children of the Everlasting Dark have acquiesced to this madness?
We have reached an accord, yes. Too many times have the Knights Blessed shunned Yulmore's overtures of friendship. The risk that you harbor hostile intentions has grown too great to ignore. Therefore, his lordship has claimed dominion over this forest and bestowed executive authority upon the children of the Everlasting Dark.
In his wisdom, Lord Vorthry has agreed to recognize ours as the only permissible expression of dark worship. It's one true faith. You and your false creed are a blight on these woods. A foul, unholy corruption that must be cleansed. Little wonder the Warrior of Darkness visits both Lakeland and Ilmeg, yet shuns Raktika. Your perverted teachings hold blessed shadow at bay.
You have accepted the yoke of Yulmore to spite us, then? Fools. Darkness will never return to these skies while they hold sway.
Those of you minded to obey his lordship are to make for Woven Oath with all haste. We will leave you, that you may have time to prepare.
Woven Oath? Are you suggesting we abandon our fate to join those zealots?
What has your faith afforded you thus far? Nothing! We will guide you along the righteous path.
Of killing people. Right.
And should we refuse?
Die.
Anyone found here upon our return will be considered a traitor to Yulmore, and dealt with as such.
We will discuss these developments after I have tended to our casualty.
Right. The guard have been afflicted with a most terrible and efficacious poison. Have attempted all manner of healing incantations. Alas, his condition remains unchanged. At present, we can but slow the poisoned advance. I pray it will afford us sufficient time to find a cure. Back to the proof. How fares the young guard? The poison spread throughout his system long before he was brought here. At present, there is naught we can do but try to ease his pain. Do not blame yourselves, my friends. All that can be done has been done. Even had we reached them sooner, it would have made little difference. The children employ countless poisons. Finding a suitable antidote is a nigh impossible task. What of the rest of the blessed? How have they taken the news of Ilmore's generous proposition? With anger and dismay, we cannot hope to oppose both them and the children. I consider the convocation of all the knights blessed that we might consider their ultimatum, but I know how they will answer. Master Montoya, I am truly sorry. We will not, cannot abandon our faith. There is no reason for you to suffer for our decision. Your work is not yet done and you still have time to flee. Flee? I'm not one to run from my trouble. She said the line, she said the thing. In fact, with Joriana's arrival, I am minded to take the offensive. The Ilmoran's presence here plainly stems from a desire to protect the White Warden. I say we seek it out and slay the creature before they return. Were the darkness to fall over Raktika, they would have no cause to remain. All of which is rather easier said than done. Unless, of course, you finally decipher that tablet. I have, as a matter of fact, and with it we can prepare everything we need to enter Ixmaya. What say you all? We will need to act quickly, but I believe it can be done. We cannot deny our fate, but one course lies before us. We may accept this fate, or defy it, but we cannot deny it. We cannot deny our fate. He said the thing, kind of, almost. We slay the White Warden. Well, we are the villains, are we not? It doesn't matter what I say. Good. I leave the blessed in your capable hands, Runar. Very well. I see there is no changing your mind. By all that is dark, I swear to keep the blessed safe. According to the tablet, we will first need to obtain a seal used to identify the allies of Ronka in times past. One such seal should be waiting for us in a complex of underwater ruins not far from here. Have some experience with subaquatic excursions, do you not? Then this should prove a simple task for you. The ruins we seek are at the bottom of Lake Mekta. While you see to that, Pinfili and I will remain here to help shore up Flitherbow's defenses. Your aid would be greatly appreciated. Yay! All the way over yonder. The game is lagging a bit. That sucks. There you are, ready for a swim? The seal we seek should be stored in a chamber somewhere inside the ruins beneath the lake. However, the entrance is seemingly protected by a subtle walking mechanism rooted in the symbolism of Ronkan culture. The Ronkans sought to live in harmony with nature and considered certain animals to be sacred. Foremost in their pantheon was the snake, portrayed as the protector of the wood and arbiter of life and death. Below it were 4 others, each equal in rank, the crow, the colibri, the opo-opo, and the wolf, characterized as the bringers of liberty, words, enlightenment, and harmony, respectively. To open the chamber containing the seal, the tablet states that one must pay due deference to 3 of these beasts by placing one's palm on monuments wrought in their image, and that this must be done in a specific sequence. Well, I thought almost like a platformer video game, a 3D platformer. If my interpretation is correct, the order can be discerned from the 3 commandments which follow. Give praise unto the snake, by strength do our lands prosper. Be as the opo-opo, rival thy kin. As all parts seek betterment, so too does the whole. Be as the wolf, move as one. This comes to all who seek harmony with the kin. Tablet says note of the placement, size, or appearance of the monuments, alas. Hopefully all will become clear when you reach the bottom of the lake. Go safely. Okay then. Snake, opo-opo, wolf. Oh, okay. Give praise unto the snake, by its strength do our lands prosper. There's something stirred elsewhere in the lake. Oh, I don't have to figure it out. It's alright. Oh. Next is the opo-opo. Rival thy kin. Okay. That was there to see if anyone would make the mistake of pressing it. If you pressed it, you probably will have to go back and press on the snake again. The Watto. Wolf. Be as the wolf, move as one. Yep. Wait, what about the others? Oh! Ooh. Hold on. Secret temples built by the Ronkans. These stone halls were safeguarded by a sect of priests even after the fall of the Empire. The rising waters of the lake, however, could not be denied, and rumors persist of a secret treasure which was swallowed along with the temple. The colibri statue? Okay. They're all different. And here I was saying all of them as if there were 3 of them, but no, there are only 2. Fine. Yeah, wolf. Once more, you sense something stir elsewhere in the lake. Perhaps the chamber containing the seal is open. Let's see. Is that the dragon again? Yeah, it's the dragon. The door opens to reveal a pedestal upon which rests a medallion. You take and secure it inside your clothing. A small medallion bearing the image of an owl, the insignia of Ronka. Of an owl. Okay. Did you find it? Oh my god, I can't get tired of this. So good. The music is just so good. This medallion, it bears the owl insignia of the Empire. There can be no doubt this is the seal of Ronka. Well done, Joriana. We can begin our generations. We can begin our preparations to enter Ixmaya in earnest. I like Sonic Generations, but this is a different game. I must relinquish my Tonfa. Goodbye, my precious Tonfa. Bearing the seal, it should be possible to enter Ixmaya unmolested by its guardians. I will go ahead to Slitherbow and inform the others. When you have recovered from your exertions, meet with us in the cavern leading east out of the village. I have some extra time today, more than usual thankfully. And I was really thankful for that earlier until, of course, stuff happened. It's still a good amount of time to do stuff. And yay, no more weird force field. I had an invisible wall, but a little before it for no reason. I was glad to see you're safe. Everyone is ready to go if you are. Good, you're here. Runar opened the gate for us about moments ago. Beyond lies Ixmaya, and presumably the White Warden. It did not take long for the Wood Protectors to find me when I last came here, and I expect them to fall upon us just as quickly this time. Though we carry the seal, there is no reason for us to let down our guard. Now let us seek out the Warden, and put an end to its reign over these woods. Oh, it's already level 75? Oh, it is! The wild fit. It's missing the little hat. Wow, we can't see any of the light here. Cool. The Blind Forest of Ixmaya. That's a fair name. Oh, there we go, you can see some of the light. Maybe. I was hoping to do the 75 dungeon and then end the stream, if possible. But that might not happen. Instead, I might start next stream strong with a dungeon and everything. I thought you said they didn't take prisoners.
It would seem we have found them.
Or they don't suffer anyone to leave.
You
trespass upon sacred ground! Begone!
Huh. Oh crap. I forgot about the climbers.
Wait! We did not come to! Ugh. Stop! We mean you no harm.
Sister, is that...
We are allies of the Empire of Ronka. As is customary, we come bearing the seal of the Emperor.
It appears to be genuine.
That was so...
Then
Anyway.
perhaps there's yet hope.
Perhaps. We acknowledge your seal, but we must be certain of its authenticity.
Oh, this accent again.
Follow the azure flowers to our village. There we will judge if you are friend or foe.
Try not to stray from the path. All right?
If I had time, I
Follow
absolutely
the
would.
flowers. Would it kill them to escort us? But if it affords us an opportunity to investigate Ixmaya, fine.
Following the blue flowers. Shut up. I'll continue. Let's go here. Blue deer stag. Sir, that's white. Such a strange ones, aren't you? I will have the seal that we may confirm its authenticity. Straight to the point, I see. Very well. There is no mistake in the crest of the royal family. It is of proper size, and by its weight it is plain it was made from gold. The seal is indeed genuine. For 3,000 years we have waited for this moment, and now you are finally here. I bid you welcome, allies of Ronka. I am Almet, chieftainess of Fanow. Who we met? Her younger sister. See, mate, a pleasure. We were beginning to lose hope that you would come. I beg your pardon? These are troubled times for my people. Though I can but imagine that what had compelled you to venture into our woods. But we tired after your journey. Come, take your ease. If you'd like, I will show you about the village. Though I must warn you, it is a long way down to the forest floor, so do watch your step. Okay. this way. What is your name? Juliana. And this is the common name nowadays? How times change. But I digress. Come and be sure to watch yourself. Okay. Sure thing. They don't allow outsiders, and yet there's an Amaro keep. Huh. Okay. Unfailingly loyal to the last known commands of the Ronkan Emperor, these Vieras, right, of this village have protected the ruins of Raktika for countless generations, with many of its sister settlements destroyed by the Flood of Light. With the Flood of Light, however, Fanow faces an uncertain fate in its isolation. They remind me of the Vieras that are in isolation. How about that? Oh, it's not an Amaro. Okay. Velociraptor skin. Okay. Oh, you can get glamour prisms from here too. That's cool. Oh, but there's an Amaro keep there. Never mind. No dawdling. Once we have learned all we can of the warden's whereabouts, we should be on our way. For 3,000 years did they wait. Incredible. For a moment I was worried they wouldn't accept a seal. Call themselves V's, is that right? They're terribly diverse people from what I can see. Yeah, okay. As bearer of the seal, you have a right to know what became of the Empire, and my people's purpose here. We are descendants of the Palace Guard, which served under the last Emperor, and to this day we carry on the duty of our forebears, the final decree of His Eminence before Ronka's fall. By the wisdom of our people was Ronka made to thrive. Such knowledge must never be forgotten, nor may it be suffered to fall into the hands of the wicked. Keep it secret, keep it safe, and look to the coming of our allies. Unto them you shall bequeath our all, and thus will Ronka live on. By his command we have remained in the Raktika Greatwood, guardians of the Ronkas Ronkas. I'm having such a hard time saying Ronka. Ronka's ruins, and the wisdom held within. I hope thou wilt not think the question impertinent, but did thy people's famed longevity perchance play a part in the Emperor's decision to entrust this mission unto thee and thine? That was one reason, yes. We these would easily live to see 3 of your elven lifetimes. Really? I had no idea. We were also the fiercest fighters. There are none more fit than us to stand watch over the remains of Ronka. But our duty has grown ever more perilous in the wake of the flood. Settlements such as this one were plentiful before the Light claimed dominion over the land, but now, Fanow is all that remains. Was Ronka like their version of Dalmasca? Maybe. Our numbers dwindle year by year. For long, there will be no one left to honor the Emperor's wishes. And you believe we are the allies for whom you have waited? You have the seal, do you not? After 3 millennia of waiting, that alone is nothing short of a miracle. Truth be told, I had begun to think you would never come. Sister... We are glad of your presence here in the Greatwood. The wisdom of Ronka is yours should you wish it. You need only ask. You come in search of the Light Warden. My apologies, but I do not know where it makes its lair. Wait, Matt, do you recall any sightings of this creature? Not these past 30 summers. 30? But that would be... How old are you exactly? You don't make that question. Young enough to remember? With age comes knowledge. There may yet be one among us who has seen or heard of the abomination you seek. We have lived to speak with the other V's then. But of course, you should split up and inquire individually. If someone knows something, I will hear it while there is yet time to act. But not our looks deceive you. It is true that we are still in our youth, but we are older than you might think. Okay then. Is it only the V's of the first, or are, like actually all VRs are just super ancient? They can live for a super long time. I have no idea. That's the first time I'm hearing of it, I think. Nimet. It was not my intention to pry, but your voices carry far. I know what it is you would ask of me. Unfortunately, the answer is no. I have not seen the Light Warden. I patrol the ruins perimeter regularly, and if it were hiding nearby, I would know about it. Sorry, but I don't think the other two will ever get here. An outsider? But how? By the god, allies of the Empire. My sincerest apologies for failing to note your arrival. It was a warden you wished to know about, yes? My mother, may she rest in peace, told me once of its appearance in these woods. Before settling here in Fanow, she lived in a village near Raktika Falls, until it was destroyed by the Sin Eaters. While out on patrol one day, she spotted a swarm of the abominations, one of which was different from the rest. It was larger for one thing, but what struck her was the way its fellows seemed to revere it. She was convinced that what she had seen was the Light Warden. Alright. Showing. The Light Warden? No, I have not seen it. But I have witnessed the horrors of the Lesser Eaters. How they are wont to hunt in packs and carry off their victims rather than consuming them on the spot. I suspect the Warden is a grotesque, corpulent thing, waiting patiently for its minions to bring its next meal. You wouldn't be completely wrong. They're just lying there. That's nice. Loibet. I'm surprised I haven't seen one called Well Met. You search for the Light Warden. I cannot say I have ever laid eyes on it. Our duty is to protect the ruins, nothing more. We have no need to strike out in search of such a foe. Ooh. la-hee? I can see how this will become a meme. you would probably hear the beginning of the theme a lot. But it's just so good. Brown, brown. The Arctica Falls. Why was I not told of this? I think I see now why it has never been spotted on our patrols. I've never heard of this Arctica Falls. I can but assume it lies deep within the woods of Ixmaya. Just so, but the tunnel which leads there collapsed after a rather bloody battle with the Eaters. Has not been passable for many years. We made several attempts to clear away the rubble, yet each time we were driven back. In the end, we were forced to give it up as lost, thereby making it a suitable place for the Warden to take sanctuary. There is perhaps one way to enter, though it would be at great peril to you and your companions. The Kitana Ravel. Kitana Ravel, a temple to the northeast, has been sealed for centuries, but within is a path that leads to the falls. Can it be opened? For the allies of Ronka, it can. First we must go to the Kamul Astropolis. Once the flow of magic is restored there, the path through the Kitana Ravel can be opened. This may sound a simple task, but there are certain obstacles which prevent us from attending to it ourselves, and we know not how to overcome them. The Emperor never granted our forebears leave to look upon the secrets we are charged with protecting. That we might not be tempted, the means to do so were withheld from us. We can but show you the way, the rest will be up to you. It will seem we have our work cut out for us then, shall we? Did you have to ask? Let us be about it then. That is your wish. It is my duty to escort you. While we attend to matters at the Kamul Astropolis, I would ask that your sisters accompany Urian J and Tancred, and share with them all they can of these woods. While we have every intention of investigating Arctica Falls, it is yet possible the Light Warden dwells elsewhere. With that in mind, it would behoove us to prepare an alternative course of action. We met, Simet, I leave them to you. Simet. Maybe it's Simet. Yes, sister? Should our present course prove false, doubt not that but that Tancred and I shall find any and all possible paths forward. Indeed. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba. And I'm gonna end the stream there, because I don't have that much time left, so yeah. Okay then. So yeah, bye bye. See you Friday. Yeah. Yeah, Friday. That's when I will be able to stream again. So yeah, bye bye. Thank you for everyone who stopped by. In the other stream, not this one that showed up after. Bye bye.